If you have ever had gin, you would have had some Gordon's in your time, and now the Gordon's team have created a non-alcoholic version. Now you can bet your bottom dollar that when Uncle Gordon himself, Alexander Gordon, created the first distillery in 1769 in Southwark, London, just south of Buckingham Palace over the River Thames, he would never have thought his company would have created a non-alcoholic gin. Now here we are with the Gordon's product, so let's get into the taste profile, a little bit about nutrition, who it's for, and where you can find it. So let's go. Okay, let's look at the flavor profile. In terms of the flavor profile, you are going to find it has a really nice fundamental building block that is the basis of each and every bottle of traditional Gordon's. So you are going to find the citrus and juniper-led flavors in there, as well as a resiny, piney freshness as well, with a hint of woodiness too. Now that's all wrapped up with a really great pointed bitterness at the end of the flavor profile. Okay, so I found that's where the good news ends for at least my taste buds. The rest of the flavor profile was so sweet that I found it really overrode the great depth and flavor that they had in there from those traditional Gordon flavors. And it didn't really need to be, right? Because all of those flavors that you find from a traditional Gordon's are there, but they're kind of overtaken by that level of sweetness that sees them playing second fiddle and fighting for their place in your glass. So for me, I find that it hits the mark on the original flavor profile and what it's meant to do, but then it kind of pulls back and undoes all of that good work due to that level of sweetness. So I would tread cautiously if you are looking to get into this one to drink it straight, but there are a couple of use cases, so let's jump across and have a look at who should drink it and what to drink it with. The Gordon's is for anyone who loves to mix up a storm at home and often uses some of their own liqueurs or some sort of sweetener to get some added flavor into their cocktail. Now, you are not going to have to go to that end because there is already enough sweetness in this one, but you will then have to do the counter and actually try and remove some of it by introducing some bitterness. Now for me, I really think adding a really great high quality tonic to this one helps, as well as something super bitter like grapefruit. I have paired this one with a big whack of grapefruit, and it actually does relatively well when paired with something really quite bitter. And it really takes away a lot of that sweetness. It helps balance it all out. Okay, with all of that talk around sweetness, you are probably wondering what the nutritional impact and what the penalty is going to be, given there is likely a little bit behind it. Well, thankfully, the Gordon's team have not loaded this one up with sugar and instead have actually gone ahead and used some sweeteners. So looking at the nutrition element of it, you will get around 6 calories per 50 ml, which is the serving size Gordon's recommend. And ironing that out to compare it to all other options, at 100 ml, you are going to find 12 calories. So relatively low calories and no sugar, which is always a great option for people who are looking to counteract their sugar or remove sugar from their diet. Now, if you are looking to buy this one and add it to your cocktail making mix, it is available widely thanks to the really good distributions Gordon's have throughout Australia and globally. So internationally, I'll put the links to the Amazon teams in the UK and the US down below. If you are in Australia though, I have some good news because it is available quite broadly everywhere from Amazon here as well, all the way through to the bespoke non-alc retailers like your Brunswick Aces and your Craft Zeros, as well as then your supermarkets and your traditional retailers like Dan Murphy's, Liquorland, you name it, they're all there. If you're looking for an alternative to compare this to, you can check out the Brunswick Aces Spades Superior, the Banks and Burbage, which is a beautiful soft and floral option, or the Dry London Gin by Lyre's. I will put all the links to those below, whether it's a review or places to buy them, and you can check them out for yourself and maybe do a bit of a taste test if you happen to pick up a couple of them. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Gordon's alcohol-free gin. Now, as you've probably gathered, I think this one is just a little bit too sweet for my liking, and I feel like a lot of people are going to land there. And sadly, it didn't need to be. Like, the flavors that they've created, the way they've been able to replicate the Gordon's profile is remarkable. It's really good, but the sweetness just lets it down. So Gordon's team, I hope in iteration number 2, you're able to pull some of that sweetness back and add in just a little bit of extra heat, whether it's from a pepperberry or a chili pepper. It will just give this drink so so much more pizzazz and really make it one which so many more people will enjoy. I gave this to a few other people to try as well, and that was a common feedback as well, that it has a really unique and similar profile to the Gordon's, but it actually gets let down by that level of sweetness in there. Alrighty guys, that just about wraps up this one. If you like the idea of hearing more and more gin reviews, hit that like and subscribe button, and I will get you notified every time I drop new ones along the way. So until next time, have a great day, and I'll chat to you soon.